Hey guys, Buffing Game Bad today, bringing our video, and today we are covering the Season 2 weapons, or at least theory crafting what I think are going to be the Season 2 weapons based on in-game file leaks and information I've been provided. So, first off, shout out to Game Over on Twitter and Bale Gang, the Discord Bale Gang, who always provides good information and keeps me up to date. So I'll link their Discord down below, and I'll also go ahead and link Game Over's Twitter in the description of this video below as well. So both of them provided me the information here. Now, first off, let's start with the weapons that I think we know are going to be in the game. However, for the Season 2, I would not be surprised if Infinity Ward has pivoted based on some of the backlash that we've seen regarding the game thus far, and they bring in other weapons that we already have seen in the game file. So right now, the weapons that we believe or are theorizing that are going to be in the game, and these has been reported by other people as well at this point, is the Russian shotgun. The Vepr 12 is a semi-automatic shotgun. This was actually produced by Izmash to compete with the Saiga 12. So this is different from the Saiga 12. It's honestly probably actually better than the Saiga 12. This is going to be a really nice weapon. We've seen the attachments, the muzzles, which were did not have textures on them, and they were unfinished textureless muzzle devices in the game for the shotguns, and it was found in the game files that it seems like it's going to be the Vepr 12. So the Vepr 12 shotgun, again, this is a semi-automatic shotgun. So basically think of this as the Russian AA-12. That would typically be thought of as the Saiga 12, but the Izmash produced the Vepr 12 to compete directly with that back in 2003. That thing went into production. So the Vepr 12 seems like it's definitely going to come at some point. That's a really nice shotgun with a fully automatic rate of fire there. So that'll be a really good shotgun to see in the game. The next one here is a crossbow, which honestly I'm not sure many players would be excited about a crossbow. The crossbow we've seen in previous games, specifically Modern Warfare 2019. And I think that game, the crossbow's fun, but I don't think it screams excitement when it comes to a brand new weapon. It certainly can't be a battle pass weapon or a challenge weapon for DMZ. That's more of a mid-season weapon that you would get with the challenges there, just like it was in Modern Warfare 2019. So knowing that the Vepr 12 shotgun and the crossbow are the two weapons that we've heard of so far, and the blog post last week, I believe it was January 18th, was their blog post where Infinity Ward did confirm that there's going to be 5 weapons for Season 2. So 5 total weapons. And we also need to keep in mind the platform system, because if they add new platforms, there's potential to build onto them. There's also potential to add to existing platforms as well. So the weapons going forward are going to be pretty interesting to see what they do here. But right now, let's assume that the Vepr 12 and the crossbow are potentially scrapped for another season. Or maybe they're going to be coming at some point and we're going to have more than 5 weapons. But based on what's in the game files right now, let's go ahead and dive into this, the information that I have been provided by the sources I told you earlier. And this is not leaks or anything. This is stuff that's in the game files, especially in the COD mobile files, before the game Modern Warfare 2 even went into beta. So, first off, there's a weapon called the Serval, S-E-R-V-A-L. Now, I can't show this on the screen. I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything like that. But the Serval is a fully automatic air-cooled light machine gun, chambered in 5.56. Support your team and pin down the enemy with a high fire rate and overwhelming cover and fire. So this is actually going to be the Bruin Mark IX or the M249 Saw or the Mark 46. The same weapon we saw pretty much at every single modern Call of Duty. I remember when the M249 Saw was shown in the original Call of Duty 4 trailer on the PS3 at the time, and I was really excited to see the very first Saw footage on what was the next-gen consoles, the PS3. So this is kind of a mainstay in any modern Call of Duty. The M249 Saw or the Mark 46, have to see which variation they bring into the game, but it is stating here that it is chambered in 5.56. That also brings in a lot of different potential for different variations of this, which we'll get into. Something like the FN Evils, which is the new evolution or the new iterative version of the Saw next-gen version of it. I believe they actually potentially entered that into the NGSW program. You also have different capabilities for this weapon to take different calibers. But right now, it's going to be chambered in 5.56 by 45 NATO. So the M249 Saw or the Mark 46, Bruin Mark IX, as it's known from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, That weapon was a beamer and definitely broken, so hopefully they learned their lesson. However, I would really love to see a nice tactical saw entered in the game with specific attachments for those weapons. They always do a good job of bringing in attachments that are designated for the weapon, specifically as far as optics, muzzle devices, grips, things like that. So, especially here in Modern Warfare 2. So, I'm excited to see the M249 Saw. Hopefully, for the belt pouch, we get a nutsack, which is that cloth pouch instead of the polymer type magazine box that it came with in Modern Warfare 2019. I much rather prefer that nutsack pouch. Just makes it look that much more aesthetically pleasing. So the M249 Saw, whether it's in the para version or whatnot, I think we'll be able to convert it no matter what version comes. But the M249 Saw, the Mark 46, is the first weapon. That makes sense because we haven't had, obviously, an LMG added yet, only being here in the Season 2. So next up, outside of that, so we have the M249 Saw. The next one is going to be the Tavor 21 or potentially the X95. So the Tavor 21, TAR 21 is a weapon that we've known from Modern Warfare 2, the original, as well as the X95 has made its way into the Micro Tavor, as also known as, has made its way into many Call of Duty games since. So either of those options most likely are going to make their way into the game. You could definitely bring the Tavor 21 and convert it into the Micro Tavor or the X95 as well. So that's one weapon that, again, you can probably make a couple of different conversions just with the one platform as well. Or maybe what they're saying is 5 weapons is counting it as a platform with different platforms associated with it. We're not going to know until the season itself releases, but the Tavor 21 or the X95 would be a really nice addition. This is going to be a bullpup assault rifle, chambered in 5.56 by 45mm NATO. Really excited for this. If this does come here in Season 2, that would be a great addition to the game. I'm a little surprised that the Tavor 21 was chosen over the Desert Tech MDR, but it does make sense given that it does have kind of a nostalgia within the Call of Duty community. So the Tavor 21 or the X95, the Micro Tavor, could also potentially be making its way into Season 2, or some of these could also be held over into Season 3. But outside of that, the next one here is going to be the Uzi Pro. So the Uzi Pro, or just any Uzi variant, most likely would be a more modernized Uzi because we are here in Modern Warfare 2. The IWI Uzi, this is another IWI rifle here, same as the Tavor, produced by IWI. This is the Israeli weapon company. So the Uzi, or the Uzi Pro is a more modernized, latest version of the Uzi, which has Picatinny rails and different, I guess, available ergonomics rails for different attachments. It's a more modernized Uzi. So Uzi Pro, probably a base Uzi with the upgrades, with the aesthetics, maybe a chassis conversion to the Uzi Pro would be really nice. So I'm expecting to see that added to the game as well. And the Uzi Pro, again, the Uzi we saw chambered in 9x19 Parabellum. We did see this in the game for Modern Warfare 2019 as well. So that's another weapon that I think makes sense to be added to the game just because it's a repeat weapon that we've seen, and it makes sense that it would be easy to kind of bring back into the game. The next one here is going to be the Famas. So the Famas, again, another mainstay in Modern Warfare games, specifically Modern Warfare 2. The Famas has always been in Infinity War games the 3-burst option. Now, this one, for the Famas, you could have the more modernized versions. Even though the Famas was replaced in 2017 by the M416A5 or A6, I believe, you could have the Famas, more modernized Famas G2, the Famas Felon, or the Valorissier. And we did see some different blueprints for that in Modern Warfare 2019. So the Famas, now, one thing you could do here is have this available in the 3-round burst, but also have different trigger options or rear grip options, which convert this to either semi-auto, or so single fire and full auto, or single fire and burst. So you'd have to choose how you want to build that, because we haven't seen a full auto Famas in an Infinity Ward game, to my knowledge, yet. Those are typically in the Black Ops games by Treyarch. So having an attachment there for the trigger or the grip would be great. It's very similar to Ghost Recon, how they do that. That way you have to choose, do you want this to be more of a long-range single fire or a burst AR platform, or do you want to build it out to be a full auto platform that's going to be really good at close quarters with a very high 900 round to 1,000 round rate of fire. So I'll have to wait and see what they do with that if it does in fact come. We're just going by right now what's in the game and talking about, or the game files, and talking about customized attachments. The Famas, the French have these really big electronic optical sights, which would be awesome if they added one of these in for the Famas to put on there. It's a big, huge, bulky sights, but they look really, really cool on the weapons. So that'd be really cool to see if they add something like that with the Famas, if they do in fact add it. So looking at that, we have the Vepr 12 Crossbow, the M249 Saw, or the Mark 46 Bruin Mark 9. We also have the Uzi Pro, the Tavor 21, or the X95, and we have the Famas Felon, or the mwII, one of those later versions of the Famas. So those are the weapons coming to the game at some point, at least what's in the game file. Some of these could just be held over from Modern Warfare 2019. We don't know, but this is what's been in the Call of Duty mobile game files at least. So we do know they're there. Everything from COD Mobile or Warzone Mobile ended up being accurate for Modern Warfare 2, especially when it comes to weapons. So we'll have to see which ones they add here for Season 2. If they keep the Vepr 12 in the crossbow, or maybe if they defer those for a later season, especially when it comes to things like the katanas or different swords like that here for Season 2. I'm not sure if they'll count those as weapons. I think there would be a lot of backlash if that is the case. So I would not be surprised, like I said, if they held the shotgun, the Vepr 12, and the crossbow for a later season, or just drop that in addition to the other weapons. So I have to wait and see how they're going to do this. Season 2 is going to be a pivotal point to see what the pace is going to be like, or at least set the pace for the future seasons for weapons. Have to wait and see, but mostly I'm excited here for the Saw. I think the Saw, it makes sense to give us another LMG and a couple of different ARs. Usually the most weapons you have in game are SMGs, ARs, and LMGs. So the Saw would be a very welcome addition, as well as some of these AR platforms would be really good too. So let me know your thoughts down below. What weapons do you want to see added to the game in Season 2 or beyond? I'll be doing my wish list video here very soon. We're going to be getting a blog post here on the 8th of February, and that one should outline all the weapons we're getting for certain. But I would go out on a limb here and say that most of these will be coming to the game at some point, just a matter of when. Let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, this is Buffner Gaming with the Season 2 leaked weapons. Till next time, Buffner Gaming.